just first of all, thank you to you guys for being here. It's just been a great day, I think, for women's basketball nationally. I just think the coverage has been excellent. The stories are being told, and you guys are a part of that. So thank you guys for being a part of kicking off the season in such a special way. I think this is going to be a special year globally for women's basketball, and we need you to help continue that momentum. Also want to just praise San Diego State. I thought they were tough, together, relentless, even-keeled. I thought their coaching staff did an excellent job finding different ways to put us in difficult situations, and just really want to give them credit for how they played tonight. Also just want to say thank you to the Orange County Sports Commission and Intersport for providing this at the Honda Center. This is something that we've wanted to do for years, and we hope this is a every year kind of thing, and they did an excellent job treating us really well, and I think we can make this an incredible Orange County event through the years. That being said, I love this team. I believe in this team. They have prepared exceptionally well. They have worked as hard as any team I've coached in the offseason. That being said, we did not carry that over to the game tonight. We did not carry that over with the level of excellence and focus and effort and relentlessness and teamwork and execution was not there. And so we need to have a sense of humility coming back on Wednesday, getting ready for UCSB at home, that is not the standard in which we have set for ourselves. I expect an incredibly different response and us going to another level in our focus, teamwork, and toughness.
Questions for the student athlete? Here.
For the players, what Coach just said, what did you guys think was missing from what you saw on the floor?
I just think it's the little things that we talk about every day, the communication, the hustle plays. You know, we have statistics that we track outside of the normal stats, and we call them passion plays, and we didn't hit those goals that we set for ourselves, and when we don't do that, you can really tell that it transfers over into the game and what we're seeing. So I think just coming into the game flat like that is never a good sign for us, and it's something that we need to really pick up on, and that's what Coach Corey was alluding to.
For Gabriela, you had 4 points in the first half, but then you went off for 11 in the second half. What adjustments, if any, did you and the team make at halftime to get you better looks against a stingy SDSU defense?
Not really any adjustments, just continuing to play how I play and shoot the shots that I shoot. I just was really off in the first half, and continuing to have confidence in myself. I put in the work, and so just understanding that and knowing that my teammates have my back. If I do miss, they'll get the board, and so just continuing to talk to myself throughout that.
Hi, Gabriela. Charlie's first game back. What was it like to watch her just command the offense and be able to just see it run through her?
I was so excited to play with Charliesse. Finally, our first official game. We had some scrimmages and a bit of practice. I'm just getting so excited to just play with her finally. And she was great for us last year, although she didn't play. Just her voice, her knowledge was super helpful. And so just seeing her on the court like 600 days later, just super proud of her and the hard work she has put in.
For Gabriela, double-double first game of the season. Can you talk a little bit about the offensive rebounding? What is pushing you get those box out and get those offensive rebounds for second chance looks?
Yeah, that's just how I play, is going to crash the board. It's super important to the team, and that's just, I want to do that. I want to get those rebounds. You know, it's fun for me to go crash and things like that, and I think if I'm really setting the tone like that, I want the team to follow as well, and so just continuing to have that mindset, I'm going to go get it, is helpful to me.
My question is for Charliesse. Just coming back, your first game of the season, how did you feel with your performance after being out so long?
I feel good. I mean, I think I've just been so excited to play with this group of girls, and obviously the prep throughout the summer, throughout the preseason, our scrimmages, like I've just had so much fun finally being out on the court with them. And so, I think kind of working my way back into the game, you still kind of had that just being the first official game, but again, I try not to focus on my own game too much and just try, obviously being in a point guard position, facilitating, really trying to get my teammates involved, but overall, it was fun being out there.
And for Gabriela, another big part of your game has been, the layups kind of finishing on in the inside. I mean, how big has that been, kind of, especially to complement the rebounding that you've been able to do?
Yeah, just putting in the work. Shout out to all the coaches that has helped me through the off season, and now I've just been really focused on getting better and improving, but continuing to maintain what has got me here, which is the hustle plays, the out of area rebounds, offensive rebounds, and so just continuing to do both.
For Charliesse, what do you think was going on in that late third quarter, early fourth quarter? What do you think caused kind of the defensive and offensive lull?
The lull.
The lull, yeah.
Again, I think it just comes back to our communication. I mean, we harp on about that all the time, but it really is that we had a lot of lapses in people, not running out to three-point shooters, and our switches were kind of off. And so I think it's just those things that we really need to tighten up, and it always comes back to communication, and especially in that third quarter when we're, rotating people through and talking about different subs. They got kind of on a hot streak, and we just didn't adjust quickly enough to combat that.
Charliesse, the first quarter, like the 3-point shots were really going in to start. You guys kind of found some rhythm with it later on, but was it just kind of like sticking with the shot, or was there just kind of like, I feel like there were some early jitters and just the bucket not going in?
I don't know if it's about jitters. I mean, we were putting them up, they just weren't going in. But basketball is a game of runs and momentum, and some days you're going to come out really hot and some days you're not. But I don't think it's don't shoot those open shots, because a lot of them were wide open and we just weren't hitting. But at the same time, we do need to be better at realizing that faster and maybe getting, different looks or cutting off the ball, and then, settling for that three a bit later in the shot clock. I think we started to settle a little bit because that's what they were giving us. And again, it's just a bit more game recognition, who's shooting well, who's got the hot hand. If no one does, then finding different ways to score. But it's never a don't shoot that. It's just feeling out the game a little bit.
For Charliesse, I mean, early in the first quarter, I feel like you found Gianna a few times on outlet passes. You talk a little about the speed that she brings down the floor, how fast she gets down the floor in those moments?
Yeah, I mean, when Gianna's on the floor and outside the 3-point line, I'm looking for a 10 times out of 10. And, she knows that she has the green light, and in order for her to get those open shots, she needs to get down the floor and get to her spots. And so we practice that all the time. Coach Corey makes us run if we don't get on our outlets and get to our spots. So it's something that's ingrained in our program. But Gianna's really good at knowing where her shots come from and getting to those positions, and it's just, on us and whoever's bringing it up to get her good looks and get her in those spots.
For Gabriela, you've played on this team for 4 years now, but playing with Charliesse and Gianna, I really felt like they set the tempo to start things off. How different was it playing with them to you? You're used to playing with everyone else on the team.
Mm-hmm. Super fun to just play with great players. I think our whole team is just filled with so much talent, and it's just so fun to compete, especially at practice, with great players, the best in the country. And so having the opportunity to play with Charliesse, I was just super excited. And then when we brought in Gianna as well, super excited because I played against all of them and they're really hard to guard, and so I'm just super glad that they're on my team now and I don't have to guard them only in practice. But yeah, it's just, I think also their knowledge of the game, their IQ is really good too, and so playing off of them, it's super easy.
For Charliesse, you talked about how you feel about your performance, but what were those emotions like to get back to the court and play basketball with your teammates, with the new team, not even at home, all that? How do you feel?
Yeah, honestly, the whole day, the whole week, I've just been so excited to finally put on the uniform and play, and just being around this group. Like, we have such an amazing group of girls and an amazing group of staff, and there's just been such a great energy about this team, in-house. And for me, coming into this game, I was just finally so excited to be alongside my sisters and play out there. And a little, obviously still nerves just coming in. It's not, obviously I've been here for a while, but playing for UCLA for the first time. So a little bit of nerves there, but once the game kind of started, and it just all comes back to you pretty natural. So it was really fun.
Anything else for our student athletes? Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.